And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where apparently we're about 290 days into the run. So the run is going well. Let's step outside and see how the weather looks. We were in the middle of harvesting and transporting firewood and such down to the coastline. I saw a moving blur of fur in the distance. I was taking a gander to figure out if that was the bear. If you're wondering why I was suddenly pausing there in the conversation. A little bit of cooked venison here, which we'll eat. So in this part, if the weather holds, I'm a little bit tempted to try and hunt the bear.
Too much stuff to carry.
First, let's put this to a little bit closer to the garage. I am carrying the travois with me, so if I want to get a bunch of carrying capacity, it shouldn't be too hard to do on demand. Like, just put the travois down and load stuff into the travois. For the moment, we're going to drop it all here. Not too worried about that wolf. I'm going to walk the wolf off. We'll shed it by ducking into the building over there. Give a couple minutes in the building, which will get it to de-aggro. Then we'll head up the hill looking for the bear. It's already fairly late at night. So the weather may not hold for very long, which is why I'm thinking of hunting instead of fuel harvesting. Pretty sure we've pretty thoroughly searched this place already. I need to pass a little bit of time, so just taking a moment to quickly check the obvious locations. Don't hurt too much. One thing we are looking for that we're unlikely to find, but would be nice if we did find, is another set of thermal underwear. They're pretty rare on Interloper. In theory, if we do enough trading, we'll eventually be offered the ability to trade for some. And thermal ones are the only ones that show up on... Well, I think the basic thermal ones are the only ones that show up on Interloper. At least in the trades. You might technically be able to find some elsewhere in the game world that are a little bit better. I think it was like one tier better anyway. Okay, so on the way back, if we're looking for firewood, we can harvest that furlong. We're a little bit less desperate for fur than we are cedar. Picking up some cedar, or picking up some fur would not be bad either. Okay, heavy wind has picked up. That's not an issue necessarily for hunting. Would be issue if we didn't have, if we were trying to harvest fuel. So I'm pretty sure this is the bear that's up. question is, where is the bear? That's the bear. Let's see if we can get up on some rocks here to do a little bit of billy goating to provide some protection. That's a little too steep here. Trying to think of a safe place to shoot him from. This is not necessarily my preferred bear to hunt, per se, for pretty much this reason. There are decent places to hunt him from, but they're a little bit more chance-based because you gotta wait for him to wander into the shooting spot. I don't think this is gonna work. We'll see in a moment. So I'm walking back basically towards his den, so I'm trying to just get up and behind him so we can shoot down on a cliff. I do have the metal crampons on, so we should be able to safely scale fairly steep areas without the sprain. Get a sprained wrist. We'll have to call the hunt off unless I want to waste a bandage.
Some place to escape this cold.
You take a little bit of cold damage and not really worry about it because eventually we're going to have to sleep and that will cause us to recover a bunch of condition when that time comes. Okay, where's the bear? Is there visible? It's just too steep. It's just too steep. Can't go back that way. Oh, there's the bear. Didn't come down towards his den.
Too cold to think.
Make it up on this tree. Really get up the tree for a sniping spot. Yeah. I think hit the bear. So the first one missed. Let's see if we can improve the first one. I have it land short, land long. It did sound like it broke either way, because it was a pretty worn out arrow. There's the arrow. Unbroken arrow. Let's see if we can find the blood splatter. Ah, he missed. Okay, well, if we missed, I can take the opportunity just to go hunker down in a warm spot to warm up. Because we're not worried about him recovering from the bleeding if we load in or load out of the zone. Yeah, it's a little bit too windy to harvest limbs. A couple nice limb locations for us to harvest. Not like that one would be nice. because we could get one campfire and harvest both, a single piece of coal. But this wind, I'd be worried about it taking the temperature off the, well, taking the time off the campfire. It doesn't take the temperature; it just takes the time. Okay, I'll disassemble the broken arrow. We have dropped off the harvested plants, right? Yes. So let's process the birch bark. It's a way to warm up. I think it'll also save us a little bit of weight. So unprepared, it's 0.05 kilograms. Prepared, it's 0.05 kilograms. But 2 pieces become 1, so it does save you a little bit of weight. Okay, and then we're gonna pass some time till it'll be warm and leave the trailer. See if the weather has worsened or improved. Stayed probably about the same. I'd argue that's actually improved. Oh, no. No, that's definitely worse. Decided to transition to an Aurora. Which actually maybe fronting the bear isn't worse, because we're coming for the bear, if we're sniping the bear, it's not a problem. The sort of issues we'd have with an Aurora don't really apply to a bear, which is that you can't scare them off with a torch. The question, of course, is where is the bear first? And this, to be fair, is turning dusk, so it's just we're gonna have an Aurora as soon as dusk ends. Don't really have anything that would benefit from I hear him. Don't have anything that would benefit from Aurora. So the Aurora right now is not super well timed for our usage. Oh, he's detected me. So to safely hunt the bear, I need to twang him from stealth. Or from someplace where I can jump to where he can't get to right away. Okay, a sprained ankle. That's annoying, but I can work with that.
That hurts.
Try one last attempt at getting into a sniping spot. And then we'll duck into a place to sleep the sprain off. That hit him. I think I didn't successfully do it from stealth, so he was aggroed. don't think he can actually get me from where I am right here, so I'm going to twang him again. Okay, that time he didn't... Either he didn't know I shot him, or he didn't know how to path to where I was.
Ah, damn, that's smarts.
Okay, the first one I actually missed... Or, well, I didn't miss him because he was bleeding, but the arrow broke. Boy, did that bear run fast and far. Have I already lost where the bear went?
I'm gonna need some first aid. Soon.
There's a small chance with the Aurora that he would have actually despawned, and bleeding. And the fact that I can't find the blood patch is making me think he despawned. Which is something he may have done when the Aurora swap over happened. Which is not the case, then that just means it was a bad time to shoot him. Yes, he despawned. He just respawned at his den. So that means wherever he was when he despawned, he would drop an arrow. Which is a bit of a shame because it'll be really hard to find that arrow.
My fingers feel numb.
Okay, I think I managed to mute the mic before I sneezed there.
I don't feel so good. Ouch! Damn, that's smarts.
Okay, one thing I can do while we've got the Aurora up right now is we can do replacing arrows. Got a bunch of arrows to repair.
I'm gonna need some first aid. Soon. I need to drop something.
Something like that. Okay, so first things first, let's craft the one simple one that we've already got the shaft for. And then we need about 4 more arrowheads to assemble, so we want like 2 sets of shafts. Take a moment to drink up a little bit of water. I want the character to be hydrogen fed as we go. And then we're going to go crafting. And we do a simple tool, save some time to make 4, assuming the light holds.
Right about now.
Requires light to craft. A little bit close to running out of calories and losing my well-fed bonus. Let's quickly dip outside. We've got some food to feed the character.
I need to find food.
Yes, that was exactly what I was thinking, character. So the Aurora ended even though we were getting a little bit of the residual Aurora sounds. So there's one thing I check. Isn't found? Did the arrow end up there? No. So yeah, wherever that barrel was when it died, it has one of my arrows there. So we'll have to maybe try to find it.
I might have to drop some gear.
But this is not good weather for that right now. And it's coming up in time when our character should probably take another nap. At least if we wanted to be wandering around during the good part of the day. Okay, so we'll drop the tool. We didn't quite assemble all the arrows, but we assembled plenty. Gonna put back the rest of the crafting ingredients, so we don't need these crow feathers. Don't need the birch, carry birch saplings. Probably don't need that much down there. We'll go down to 8 pieces. You mainly use it for preparing the bedroll. We don't need the arrow shafts. Put those back. Leave the arrowhead here. We have 7 full hit points. Simple arrows. I really only need like 5 usually, so I'll put the 2 of them back. That is good, I think. Okay. We're gonna tell the character it can sleep for an hour. Mackenzie here is probably not going to sleep for that full hour. Mackenzie here. Or, I said hour. 10 hours. He's not going to sleep for the full 10 hours, but we'll give him the opportunity if he wants to. He'll wake up when he is fully awakened. Let's step outside and see what the weather is like. Should be early afternoon, which means the best weather of the day, in theory, is only maybe an hour or 2 ahead of us. So yeah, this is some pretty nice weather. We'll take a moment to maybe see if we can find our arrow. And then we'll try to hunt the bear again. It's not the end of the world if we can't find the arrow. Because as you see, I've got plenty. Just from a renewability standpoint, we do want to hold on to the arrowheads. Less worried about using the shafts because the birch saplings are pretty abundant. And yeah, I'm not seeing any arrows. And to be fair, it would probably be like a random floating arrow. Because it would have fallen in theory. Crow fly over? Here are the crows. Are they circling or flying over? Flying over. Yeah, my guess last night is the wounded bear ran out of despawn range. Minimum ranged for which they can despawn. So when your things want to spawn in or spawn out, I believe there's basically a circle around you. They can't spawn in or spawn out if they're within that circle. And then they can't spawn in or spawn out if they're in your visual cone. So the bear obviously ran out of line of sight. That's a given. I think it ran far enough away that it was able to despawn when the Aurora would despawn it. And that's why I didn't immediately respawn with the Aurora variant, because the Aurora variant respawned here. Right here. So you can see by the walking steps there. But the Aurora variant couldn't respawn until we were far enough away from it. Or from its spawn point. Okay. So that one's up and moving and alive. Can I sneak around to a good vantage point to shoot it? Much like I did last time. Hopefully without the spraying again. Got the crampon, so the crampon should be mitigating sprains. Let's see our bear coat's doing work. Spraying the ankle again. Maybe that's a bad place to be billy goating. I think we missed. Well, I say we there. I missed. You are the moral support. You always hit. I miss a lot. Easiest way to confirm if I missed is go find the arrow. Yeah, I missed. So that was where the arrow landed. That was where the bear was. So shot went low. Of course, I'm hunting the bear, so the wind comes up with the dickens.
It hurts.
So one difficulty with having Archery 5 is you don't have the, oh, you've gained archery experience as a hit indicator. I missed again, if you're wondering why I'm commenting on that. Like, you know, I think I missed. And yes, the answer to did you think you missed is yes, you did. The hill here, we're gonna
That's smart.
crouch in case the bear's on the other side of it. Because we're not well equipped if the bear does detect us, wants to eat our face, because we've got a sprain. Oh, I think the bear noticed us. I think the jump off the bit there saved us,
Feels
maybe?
so good.
We did hit the bear that time, I think. I think the bear's not chasing me. I'm not sure where the bear is right now, which is, when you've got an angry bear, it's maybe not a good place to be.
Ouch. Damn, that smarts. That smarts a bit.
There's the bear.
Can't feel
Yeah,
my
we
feet.
did de-aggro the bear. It does look like it's on. So let's find a place to warm up. So we can pass the time. Waiting for it to bleed out. We do want to be outside, however, so we don't want to duck into a cabin. So we'll probably want to find a place where we get wind shelter and can start up a fire. In all likelihood, because that was a shot taken from stealth, if I hadn't hit the bear probably wouldn't have come running after me, so that's why I'm assuming I hit the bear. May have missed. This wind sheltered it is. Okay.
Come on. That's done.
And a lump of coal in the fire. That should get us warm. Yeah. Can I, while warm, harvest the fir log? Yeah. Some bannock. Do you want to make more bannock? Sounds like the wind has improved, but the wind improving and the wind being good are different things, I suppose.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, let's use up the rest of our flour making bannock. Oh, I don't even have enough flour to make the bannock, do I? Oh, it takes 20, so we can't do any more bannock. We're done on bannock.
Something's gotta go.
Yeah. I was about to say we take the fire with us, but I think it's apparently too windy for that. Try one more time. It's just too windy. We're just kind of lucky last time. I think it's it's close to the level where we're too windy. Let's see if we find what hopefully will be a bear corpse. Or at least we'll wander back up there and see if we can find the arrow. Because it's been an hour and a bit. So in all likelihood, the bear should either be a corpse,
I don't feel so good.
or we should find our arrow because we missed. Don't think I missed.
Damn, that's smarts. I don't feel so good.
And to be fair, the bear may have wandered off quite a far distance after we shot it. Because it wasn't fleeing. So it might be a little bit hard to figure out where. Well. Okay, so we definitely shot the bear, because I think that's the bear. And that's the arrow sticking out of its butt. We might have a little bit of a fun time trying to get down from here with the travois. But I think that is going to be my plan. Let's set the travois up. Whoops. Avoid the travois. Can opener, because we don't need the can opener on the floor. Can we start up a fire here? No, I need a little bit of wind production. Can I get the wind production behind the bear? Looks like it. Piece of fire or coal in the fire. I am going to go ahead and make up a little bit of porridge to provide us some calories. And then we're going to get to harvesting the bear. So we got like 12 minutes on the porridge. So we can get 2 kilograms off. It may actually be worth cooking a little bit of this bear just to eat for calories. We only need to drop off
Too heavy.
20 kilograms after all. So let's cook the first 2 pieces. Drop the animal fat because we don't need that unless we're going to make cooking oil. 46-ish minutes. Kilograms off. I can use the firewood. Okay, 8 of the 20 we need. But first, let's go ahead and use most of our sticks. Put 2 hours in the fire and work with that. You only got enough 8 kilograms of meat.
I'm not sure I can carry much. Feels like night is coming.
I'll put the that in as well. We don't need it, but we can always just drag it down to the garage where we're more likely to use it than up here in the middle of nowhere. a cooked piece somewhere. What did I do with cooked piece? Still holding the cooked piece. Should drop it on the floor so we don't attract attention. Unwanted attention. Aurora back to back? That's annoying. Okay, so we've got... Take those out from that. 16 pieces in there. So that's the 20 uncooked pieces we need. Let's put a couple pieces on to cook. And we are basically going to cook the rest of them. We got the campfire for it.
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
And again, if I need to, I can use the firewood to buy us some more campfire time. Which, given the circumstances, I am tempted to do. In an attempt to try to wait out the Aurora. Basically, have something productive to do while we're waiting for the Aurora to go by.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Yeah, some more sticks in the fire. Another 2 hours, please. Take the hide off. Again, another item we'll drop in the travois to save us some carrying capacity. Take some water. We could probably take another gut off using the knife. Meat, and gut in the travois. You want a piece of meat, you want another piece of meat in the pots. It goes 46 and 46. The character's getting hungry, so that's why I've left one cooked piece out, because I know we're going to eat it. Maybe didn't eat the whole way? No. 40-ish in the guts. Take off before the next bit cat cooks.
That hurts.
And it's this sort of duration why you shouldn't really be too worried to get an early Aurora to go into the Aurora mine, because as you can see, the Aurora can go on for quite a while. It's not guaranteed to go on for very long, but it usually does if you get an early one. Well, this is the half piece. Ideally want to cook the full pieces first, in case the weather turns sour. And there we go. Nothing to harvest. Harvested everything from the bear. Sure, I'm not carrying anything a decent way away from the fire. Grabbing firewood while the weather is appropriate for that. Because if we can do it with the sticks, we'll try to keep the fire going. Until the Aurora ends, at least. Couple more sticks in that fire. Less so for temperature, more so for time. Finish the bit being cooked or already cooked off. Yeah, so it's cold enough we can't just wander away from the fire and take the axe to the logs. But it's warm enough that we can wander away and pick up the branches. Break the branches up. I think that might be all the ones nearby, conveniently.
I'm gonna need some first aid. Soon.
Got a couple of limbs, but we're not really equipped to move the fire right now. This is where the fire is, and probably will be. Until we feel it is time to leave the general area, because we're out of coal. We spent all the coal. The coal has been spent. This is the partial one, so we'll punch that one down. Save a little bit of carrying weight for the trip. We will dump the firewood in there. What was wrong? There's another branch over here. There's two over here. At this point, I'm actually surprised the Aurora has gone on this long. But if you were in the Aurora mine, you'd be very happy it maybe gone on that long. So I'm not going to complain too much. I'm going to note that I am surprised it has gone this long. Leave it at that. And again, I don't think this is a good place to move from mid-Aurora. So we're going to just try to hunker down here until the Aurora passes, or until the weather just really goes screwy. Granted, the weather isn't going to go screwy during the Aurora. The Aurora does guarantee you clear weather. There you go. Now for the moment of supposed truth. 20% torch isn't going to be enough. Take the 46. There's a decent possibility we won't be able to keep the torch going long enough to get to where we're going with the travois. But we'll try to. Time to carry the travois. Hoping we can do a little bit of up and over here. Answer, maybe no. Yeah, okay. Oh good, we were able to get up and over onto the road. Almost get up onto the road. Can we? There we go.
That hurts.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so if we pick up the travois, we lose the ignition on the torch. That's good to know. We do keep the torch. We just don't keep the ignition. Okay. So everything goes vaguely according to plan. We'll take this down the garage. We'll load some more stuff into it. And then we'll make the decision if I'm going to take the dash out to the trade spot. Drop stuff off, or if we're going to wait for better weather. It maybe depends upon how cold we are. because the drag across the ice is going to be a reasonably long one. And looking at the time, I should put a part break in, so I think what we'll do is we'll get it down to the garage, we'll do the load and unload. And the character at that point will need to warm up. So we'll probably have him... Well, he's got a sprain as well, so we'll probably sleep the sprain off. And then hopefully we'll have good weather in the morning for the transit.
Feels so good.
So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down to the garage and we're going to unload. We're not going to reload, we're just going to unload. Unload, pick it up, and go inside.
Can't feel my hands.
And then if the goods appear to be decent quality in the morning, we'll load it back off and head down.
Damn, that's smarts.
Trying to back up. Oh, I've done it there. Okay.
It hurts.
I went down a too steep part.
I don't feel so good.
I don't want to work this. Wander back over to where we should be good.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Drop the pile. Rinse and repeat. So I'm gonna have to go down that way, which is fine. I tried to take a shortcut and didn't want to go down the shortcut. So picking all the stuff in one go means I won't be able to move, but I shouldn't need to move to load it all into the travois. From this spot.
I'm gonna have to leave some of this gear behind.
Oop, I'm wrong. I'm gonna have to do a little bit. Come on. There we go. So most of the stuff I dropped is stuff that makes me smell. So I can drop it by smashing the 3 button, so I can make sure I've actually loaded it in the travois. The exception was the hides and the wood. Those are also not the end of the world if I'm carrying them. Yeah. Okay, let's pick up the travois again and get down, going down the hill again.
Hurts a bit, but I'll make it. That hurts.
And we are taking cold damage, so I do want to be reasonably quick about the trip here. Which was why I had risked trying to take the shortcut in the first place, to be fair.
feel so good.
Hoping the downhill tolerance was a little bit higher than it was. Okay, how do I want to go about doing this? Torch. Mission. Here's a second one. Oops. Why did you stop? There you go. Okay, toss that one for a moment. I'm going to pick up the travois and keep moving. The point of tossing that like that was, in theory, I'm going to be moving towards it, so if the wolves come back, I can grab it again.
Damn, that smarts. I don't feel so good.
Oh, fuck. Oh, got me right at the end. Got me good.
Gotta stop that blood loss.
I agree. Ooh, I don't actually have any antiseptic on me.
Ouch! Damn, that smarts.
So I'm gonna get a little bit more heads up before the wolf came back.
That hurts.
Not going to attract attention. You know, with our level of cold, that is close enough.
I need to drop something.
There we go. Leave the pile like that. We're gonna slip on inside, and we're gonna recover. Nope, I have enough of you for the night. Oh, one thing I will do is, can I find some antiseptic? I don't suppose I've left myself some conveniently. I'm surprised of all things is the antiseptic I've run out of. Okay, well there's a solution to that. I gotta go out and find some old man beard lichen.
I might have to drop some gear.
Got one, so I just gotta find one more. And there's probably going to be one nearby, so I'm just going to grab it quickly. Part of the point of dropping inside was actually to warm up a smidge so we stop taking damage. Got double sprained ankle, so we are really unable to sprint.
Soon.
I'm not seeing anything. Okay. We're going to have to go in and just sleep the night out. We can go look for it in the morning when the sprains are back. Or the sprains are not sprained. In fact, I'm not going to sleep the full... No, we will sleep max duration.
Never felt so cold in my life.
We're not in a complete rush. We're unlikely to get an infection real quickly. Oh, that's sneaking up faster than I was expecting. Yeah, that's sneaking up faster than I was expecting. That's half full already. Okay.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I don't actually know how bad...
Damn, that's smart.
Infection is... Okay. This torch is going to burn out. Go ahead and light a much better one off of it. Then I'm going to try to pass time to warm up, because we want to go look for stuff outside while warm. For one old man beard lichen, we're looking for a tree.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts.
Some lichen on it. I don't even need to harvest everything on the tree, I just need one. Any over here? Not that I see.
Don't feel so good. I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
He's not wrong.
like I
Different
survived
first aid
another
than
night.
what he's thinking about. He's thinking about the sprain. I'm thinking about the infection. Granted, I can probably treat the infection with antibiotics if it actually starts. I just don't want to have it start while I'm asleep. So if we can treat it as an treat the infection risk before it becomes an infection, that works best, because then I can just sleep for a long time.
Ouch! Damn, that's smarts. Ah, damn, that's smarts. Oh, that hurts. I don't feel so good. Oh, that hurts. I don't feel so good.
Not having the best of luck right now. Might be because I'm so close to safety.
Damn, that's
A lot of built-up nature. A lot of the natural resources tend to be a decent tick away from nice safe warm spots. What's the infection risk up to at this point? Take some okay, so it's not going up as quickly as I was worried. Surprised it jumped up as fast as it did.
Place to escape this cold. Oh, that smarts. Ah, damn, that's smarts.
Yeah, this one, we're gonna find it up
Feels so good.
here. We would have found it already. So I need to wander back to warm up.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up again. Ouch! Damn, that's smarts. I don't feel so good.
Okay, I don't like that it's rolled into a blizzard. Okay, this part has gone on for far too long. We're gonna duck into the garage. I think we're gonna have to suffer the infection as an infection, not treat it at the risk stage, which is a little bad.
Feels so good. Damn, that's smarts.
I'm somewhat surprised I was unable to find a single Old Man Beard lichen. If we'd found one, we would have been able to make the antiseptic. Because we have one on us, we just need the second one.
Feels so good. Damn, that's smarts. Damn, that's smarts. I don't feel so good.
Oh, I missed the garage. In the blizzard, I walked past the garage. This building will work just as well for warming up from the blizzard. So let's do it. It also works just as well for the part break.
Too much stuff to carry.
If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. Everything going well, that won't be the part we die in, but, well, things went wrong in the last episode, so we'll see if we can make things better in the next one. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to go ahead and make a short break where I go make a new cup of tea. But we'll get right back to streaming and recording. Got 2 more parts to record tonight after I make that cup of tea. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.